Experiment. This was the charge to the congregation in January of 2020. Go forth and experiment and learn. Now, we had just had the Christmas season of all the potlucks. This picture is from the episode, The One with All the Hams. You can see 4 of the 5 different hams we had that day. I shared at that annual meeting something I had just learned: to make more meatballs. I usually make a double batch. This time I stood in front of the freezer case debating about cutting back to a normal batch. Decided to go for it. I mean, we hadn't finished them the previous time, and guess what? We ran out before half the people had come through the line. So I learned, don't sweat it. Don't overthink it. Make more. Move on. As we continue on our quest of becoming a community of learning, the Episcopal Church and the Diocese of Indianapolis offer us resources to aid in that. The way of love, the generous offering of the presiding bishop of the Episcopal Church, the work set forth, the list that has become our mission statement, Faithful Innovation Learning Communities, a program we worked with just a few years ago, and the newest addition, the College for Congregational Development. We'll be doing that in a couple of years. January 2020, we began exploring our diocesan mission statement. That year, we were going to focus on being beacons of Christ. And in 2021, we would focus on offer a generous invitation and welcome. But I found, life distracting, so let's begin again. What does it mean to be a beacon of Christ? Beacons are visible, noticeable. A lighthouse is a beacon. It helps you know where shore is and guides you to safety. So what do we do when we are in the midst of a challenge? Experts. We look for people who have faced this challenge before and adopt their strategies. Most of us have been trained to not reinvent the wheel, and smart people have faced this kind of thing before. So find them, listen to them, do what they did, and everything should work out. This often makes sense in a world in which things are static. But in a world in which the environment has changed, novel even, we aren't actually looking at objective, timeless phenomena. We're looking at something evolving and happening around us. It isn't just happening to us individually or to our community. A solution hammered out in the 1990s wouldn't necessarily help us now. Our situation is different. The specifics are different. We are experiencing phenomena that are happening across the church and all of society. How do we address something universal, happening to everyone, and doesn't have an individual solution that an expert can give us? Reminds me of the economic reports in 2017 from a longitudinal study about metropolitan counties versus the rest. There was universal decline in every county with fewer than 750,000 residents, which means that Terre Haute can't actually adopt the strategies that are keeping New York City and Chicago afloat. And we can't look at peers for perfect solutions because they're experiencing the same decline. The pattern here is universal, but the mindset on individual performance, what can I do here, barricades us from seeing the problem as systemic. Now, we might feel like we're alone, but we're not. Across the whole church, we're seeing something not particular to us, but our particularity is where we're perched within the context and how we connect to it. It is cold comfort to know that 75% of the people who went to church in the late 20-teens are going to church today. So if there were 100 people participating in church then, 25 have dropped out, not to go somewhere else, out altogether. Here's another stat to think about. The standard for regular attendance is now every other week rather than every week. And occasional attendance is now once a month rather than every 2 or 3 weeks. Think about what the very real potential of this is. We could have the exact same number of people who are active in church and have half as many in church each week. Real average Sunday attendance is down for us, but membership isn't. We've never experienced this before. So adopting 1990s strategies today aren't likely to suddenly create 1990s results. Our best option is to be brave, to hear the invitation Jesus gives Thomas when he says, "You know the way." It's Jesus, to follow his guidance. Jesus reminds us that we have everything we need. This is going to be fundamentally different from the material we have grown up with, the stuff we've taken for granted or trusted in the culture, which means we need to trust in something else, the work that God would have us do. The vision we've used for several years, that we are a school of love, learning and teaching, is perfect for this moment because we already have what we need and we know the way to go. We just need to take the chance and bravely go, to be the ones who do this, to reveal the way like those first followers. There is no manual for the moment, but we can become the manual as we go. Not as a how-to manual that people will use 20 to 30 years from now, but something that our neighbors might use today. The patterns and practices we ourselves are desperate for now. What does a teacher do when she can't find the perfect textbook? She writes her own. We've got the tools, and this is the opportunity. We can do this. And yeah, this is scary. Other people are scared too. And they need someone to stand up and show them the way. This is what we're getting pretty good at and what we're called to do. We just haven't done this before, but we get to do it now. May God's blessing be with you, Christ's peace be with you, the Spirit's outpouring be with you now and always. Amen.